host, Nicole Aslin. I don't know if you heard some ads before this. I'm not officially sponsored, but I am trying to get some revenue from the podcast. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, they're not too annoying, so check it out. This episode is with the American. She is American, but she's also amazing, is what I meant to say. The amazing Sharon Healy-Yang, who I've had on the podcast before. She is awesome. Her husband is awesome. Her books are awesome because they're some great historical mysteries with snappy women, which we love snappy women because they're strong and they always have a quip back, and I love that. So take a listen. She's great. And hopefully we did get the dreaded cutoff. As I've said in podcasts before, I don't pay for Zoom, so I only get 40 minutes. And after we stopped recording, I was chitty chatting and then I just cut off. So just know I'm a yapper in real life too, guys. Like I don't discriminate my yapping. But first we'll get into things I'm obsessed with, which is not a lot because it's been kind of a quiet week. It's been hot. I've been cranky. Work has been annoying because people are really all in on AI and I just hate it. We came back from the Red Sox came back from the All-Star break and promptly lost 2 in a row. So we'll see what happens there. So I won't get too heavy into Red Sox talk today because it just came back and I don't know. We'll say things I'm obsessed with. Savaha, the dress company or clothing company. This dress that I'm wearing now is one of their new maxi dresses. It's a Celtic theme because it was hot out and I needed something light. And all their dresses have pockets. So for those that know, which is pretty much all my mystery writing friends, there's a lot of book dresses they have. They have books and cats, books and dragons, books. So I've restocked my collection of Savaha dresses because I've gained some weight. And it's been really, really fun. So this is a new one. And then I also have been watching the Tour de France. I guess tomorrow is a rest day, which is kind of boring. But there's a big mountain stage on Tuesday. So I like to have it on in the background while I'm working. You know, people exercising and doing hard work while I'm doing my stupid little writing. Just makes me feel good. I don't know why. I mentioned it in the podcast. I got a new cat tower for the captain because she is turning 1 today. So it's a Jaws themed shark and it's pretty tall and so far so good. She's liked it. We're going to go see what happens, see if it still goes. Yeah, that's about it. Nothing exciting has happened in my life. It's so hard in the summer because it's really just working, trying to keep the house clean, yard work, and then just living life, guys. Trying to get some writing done, about 16,000 words into book 4. So we'll see. Once I have news about the other books, I will let you know. But if you stay tuned to the end, I'll tell you about some upcoming events that we have going on as Sisters in Crime and also just as me, Nicole Aslin. So yeah, that's a quick intro today. The Red Sox are bumming me out the past 2 days. Hopefully they get back on that win streak. Garrett Crochet pitches today, so that's usually a stopgap, but we'll see. And then, yeah, so just enjoy Sharon and our discussion. It's a lot about what to do when your publisher goes under or has to change or pivot, and how you can get your rights back and how you can reissue things and kind of the more control of everything. So enjoy. Welcome back to Baseball Books and Banter with returning guest and friend, Sharon Healy-Yang. Welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm very excited because the reason we're doing this today is because you are re-releasing all of your Jessica Minton series. So I guess before we get into all that, Michigas, for those that didn't listen to your last interview, which then why are you even here? Like, go back and listen to it first. But tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, I'm a retired professor from Worcester State University, English, big surprise.
It's like we have a type.
I love old mysteries from especially the 40s. I love the films and film noir and then it would be called horror. Now it's not gross enough to be horror.
Right.
but also the books that were written there. In both, you've got this dialogue that's really snappy. It's poetic, actually, sometimes, and the descriptions or the visuals and films are wonderful. So I said to myself, there aren't enough of these out here, so I got to write me some more of them.
Amen. That's the best way to be a writer, right? Write what you
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to see in
yeah.
the world.
That's what I'm doing. So yeah, yeah. So
So,
go ahead. I'm
okay.
sorry.
No, no, you go ahead. You had a thought.
Well, I was just going to say I do have one mystery series, Jessica Minton, who's this fast talking gal. I love those ladies from the 40s movies. And she gets herself mixed up with fifth columnists and Nazis, which I guess is the same thing. Femme fatales
Yeah.
and stolen jade and go. And the last one,
And
a horse
ghosts.
horse thieves, and the last one, ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As one does,
yeah,
especially in that time period, because the seances were the whole thing. I'm reading a
yeah,
series on Kindle right now. I don't
yeah,
think it was I think the first one might have been Kindle Unlimited, and then I bought the second, and
yeah.
it's Flora Floridu, and
I'm
it's
not.
a similar
Oh,
vein where she is a fake medium
oh, cool.
with a little bit of real, vibes. Um,
Yeah,
but it's that whole and we talked about this last time how obsessed I
yeah.
was to hear that that's what you were doing because I was like, that's my jam. I love those.
Yeah, yeah, I love that.
I
Yeah,
love it, or even a real seance at this point. But so let's talk about why
yeah.
you're re-releasing and kind of the journey because I am also in the same boat at
Ah,
this moment,
ah.
but in a different way. So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. Well, for 10 years, I was in a small press, Touch Point Press, and they were really good to me. I didn't make a huge amount of money, but they let me write what I wanted to write. They were supportive.
Mhm.
They did things to kind of push me to get my books out there. And I had a good relationship with the editors and the publisher. And then a few years back, I'd say about 2 or 3 years back, she got very sick and she had a lot of problems, and eventually the publishing company went belly up.
Ugh.
So yeah,
I
and
mean, that's common with a small
it,
press.
it
Little
is
things can happen.
it,
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons I decided to self-publish, because I started looking at a lot of the small presses, and a lot of the other ones were going belly up. And I thought, I don't want to go through this
Yeah.
again. And also, they just didn't give me the freedom that I had had at Touch Point. They didn't want an older series. They didn't want to do reprints.
Mm.
You couldn't control your covers. It was they did the covers. And
Right.
my husband, I forgot to bring some books up. My
That's what I was
husband,
going to say. That Yang was doing all of them.
yeah, and he does a beautiful
Yeah.
job. So, and it's very. I know, I can't believe I didn't bring a book
We're
up.
such bad authors. We're like, what do we? Where are all the books that we own that we have stock of? Yeah. No, I'm with
Mine are
you.
all downstairs.
But just imagine a movie from that time, 30s, 40s time period.
Yeah.
That's what the covers are evocative of.
Yes,
So
that's
there you
definitely
go.
what they look like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I looked around and I figured, to go self-publishing, that's what I did. And as much as I despise Jeff Bezos,
I
Amazon
know.
is the best game in town.
It
So
really is. Yeah.
the easiest. So I'm doing Amazon, and then if bookstores and libraries want the book, I also am doing Ingram Spark. And they are the devil to use, but once you kind of figure it out, it's not as bad.
Right.
So I've been doing that, and I've gotten the first novel, Bait and Switch, republished, and the second one, not the second one, the last one, Shadows of a Dark Past. So they're out there, although there's a weird glitch. I don't have control of the Kindle version of Shadows
Hmm.
because my publisher managed to unpublish every single thing that I wrote, the
Yeah.
Kindle or hard paperback, except for the Kindle version of Shadows of the Dark
Interesting.
Past. And I can't get it. I can't get in touch with her.
That's
So
interesting because
yeah.
so they unpublished mine as well, my publisher, Paper
Yes.
Moon. But for some reason on Kindle Unlimited, my second one is still there.
You too.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I don't know, and I I did had nothing to do, and like you, nothing to do with that side of the stuff. So I'm just like, well, I'll just leave it until I have to do something different. But I don't know.
Well, I would contact your publisher and say you forgot to do this one.
Yeah, there.
Oh, if they're that bad.
Because I, yours, and this is part for baby authors, of which
Yeah,
there are many who are probably listening to this because I make sure they listen because I'm like, guys, we're all baby authors at one point,
yeah.
and all the people I talk to have gone through either traditional or
Hmm.
agents or not agents or self-publishing or as Dale Phillips likes to call it, indie publishing,
Sure.
because of
Yeah.
the stigma. And it, it's a lot. You do cede some of that control when you do publish, but if you do go the indie self route, a lot of that control is now yours, and so you can
Yeah.
see the stat, you can see where your royalties are coming from, you can see,
Hmm.
places your books are being, you can get
Yep.
royalties on time, as someone who's
Yeah.
in my 2024 royalties still. I love you guys. But it was a similar situation with my
Yeah.
publisher, Pandamoon.
Yeah.
I don't know if COVID, I think, was the big turning
Oh,
point. We
y-
were really good
yeah.
during
Yeah.
COVID. It was fine. But then they got sick because they were older, and
Yeah.
it just things pile up. I mean,
Yeah.
I think about my daily life and my job and how things pile up, and I get, duh. And so I understand it stinks because you are ceding that control, but then
Yeah.
taking back that control. You had a hefty amount of control though with your previous publisher, as you
I,
said.
I, I did. Yeah. I
So
mean,
that's nice.
yeah, I controlled the covers. They let me write what I wanted to
Yeah.
write. I mean, I couldn't do something awful,
No,
but then,
no, not
but
killing puppies,
yeah,
Sharon.
no, 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 no. Or just be a bad writer,
Yeah, right.
But they were happy to let me write 1940s mysteries and
Um,
not have them over or undersexed and to have a sense of humor.
mhm.
And even if it's a little long, that they were okay with that.
Yeah,
So they were great. And again, the covers, which I really like the ones that Young does for
yeah.
me. They
He's a good.
really they have their own style.
I think we've talked about him before, how he also does some of your outfits, but
He made this blouse.
of course he did. Of course he did. He did your covers and he made your blouse. Of course he did. No, I love that. That's like what do they say? Couple goals. Someone who can make you clothes and make you book covers is
Yeah,
what us single people are looking for. Um, but do you so
yeah,
when you got the rights back to the books
yeah,
and you officially took them on,
yeah.
did you do anything to them, like go back and look through and
Oh,
see like
oh yeah.
what you
That's
might
why.
have, like, now that I'm a bigger writer and I've gone through life, let me
Yeah.
see if I can touch up things.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Because in fact, this is one of the reasons I like self-publishing because I have more quality control.
yeah, yeah.
And yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I'm going back right now. I'm on the second book, Letter from a Dead Man, and I'm reading through it and I'm changing some wording and I'm catching some
Yeah.
inconsistencies and I'm double checking, some things to make sure that they really could have happened in 1945.
Okay.
All kinds of little things like that. And it makes me feel so much better because I was so embarrassed,
Right,
before.
right.
So yeah, it's really great to have that control.
Oh, that's nice. And
Yeah.
now if people have the books from the original run, you're like, that's a first edition, and
Yeah.
there's stuff that didn't happen that I put in there. So
Yeah, sure.
that's what I keep telling people. I'm like, hey, if you buy my book now, the copies
Yeah.
I have now, that's the first edition. And
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to come in that when it's re-released. You're just going
Yeah.
to have to see. So then you'll have to
Yeah.
buy it again. That's
Exactly.
You learn how to market these.
Yes.
And I think in our circle, like we're
Yeah.
a tight knit, the sisters in crime community, mystery writers community. We all, like we've said earlier, everybody's gone through
Yeah.
something like this
Yeah. Oh
where
yeah.
they're, I mean, Jenny Adams, who's been on the podcast, she wrote two great 19, are they the 20s? I think it was the 20s.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you would like hers.
I
It's
like that. Well, write that down.
Yeah,
Jenny
Jenny
Adams.
Adams. A Deadly Endeavor, I think, was the first one, and A Poisonous Silence was the second.
Oh, I like that.
They're so good. And then they decided not to continue with the series. I think it's Crooked Lane, not to like put them on blast. Ironically enough, in the last book page magazine in
Yeah.
the library, she got a great review in it for the latest book. So I'm hoping she can write more and go somewhere else with that because I love the series.
Yeah.
Shout out Jenny. And then Karina Moss, friend,
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
the same
I
thing.
don't know
She's
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
she the cheese shop mysteries, they decided
Oh,
not.
I have heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like you don't know because we have this thing where we're all really supportive of each other. So we're like, yeah,
Yes.
we'll read whatever you write, like da da da. And then you don't know with these big publishers what's going to happen. So having that control, I feel like probably is really that's another reason I like the small publisher.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
you said, they let you write what you want to write as long as
Yeah.
it's worth writing,
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
so to
That's,
speak.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I knew I wanted to write baseball mysteries, and people are
Yeah.
probably like, nah, I don't know about baseball mysteries, but Panda Moon's like, you know what? I love baseball.
Yeah.
Get it out there. And then, like you said, you can go back and revisit it and
Yeah.
kind of touch it up as things happen, which is the benefit of small
Yeah.
publishers. Um, are you redoing the covers? Or are they going to stay the same because they were?
I'm keeping the covers
Yeah.
the same
Okay.
because that's the style, that's
Yeah.
the mark, what's the mark, the trademark
Right.
of the, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. And I mean, you could do that too, like you do with the interior of the books. Keep the cover, but maybe like put a little Easter egg in the corner of like something else, just so that they can go, oh, this is the second version. Oh,
Well, we did fix this on the originals. The publisher put a little black cat
oh, yeah.
atop the title. But it's on the darker books, it's hard to see it. So on the
Oh,
newer ones, it's a gray cat.
oh, I have a
So,
gray cat. Fern,
yeah.
you're on the cover of a book, Fern. Ignoring me, Fern. Do you know Donna Ray Menard?
Oh,
She's
darn.
she's from up north, but she's part of the Crime Bake and everything. That's who I got the
Yeah.
name from. So shout out to
Oh,
Ray too.
oh,
And
that's
she's ignoring me. And she jumps off the deck all the time. So it's fun. Cats are fun, guys.
mhm.
And as you have Natasha
Right.
tuxedo, that's a cat, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
She doesn't just keep a Natasha locked in her house.
That would be so cruel.
It's a cat, as most writers do have
Yeah.
some sort of animal. And obviously, as you said, there's a cat in the book.
Yep,
Because,
Dusty.
yep, there has to be, and they put it on the cover.
Yeah.
But we just, as a cat lady,
Yes.
you love to, because they're so aloof and so like laissez-faire about everything. Like, do what you want, like God, and you don't have to be like, oh, she has to go home to walk the dog.
Yeah.
That's a boring chapter, you know.
Well, one thing I did that to build suspense, in the one I'm rewriting now, Letter from a Dead Man, where Jessica has helped steal back a gun from some criminals. She They know who she is, and so she's sending her cat to stay with her friend in Connecticut. And one of the criminals threatens her cat, so she grabs him by the tie and she says, "You even look funny at my cat, and I'll fix it so that you can be the Andrews sisters' next soprano."
Oh
And then
my
she shows up.
God, love that so much. Oh my God, because I think that's how all cat owners would be.
Yes. Oh, they
Don't
would
threaten
like.
my family. That's fine. Like, whatever. They can take care of themselves. You threaten any one of my children, my cat
Exactly.
children. Oh,
Exactly.
we're all over the place.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, I just kicked a cat. So that's
Oh
nice.
no.
As we talk about, she happened to be sitting right underneath me. Don't sit underneath me. But getting back to the writing, so you're working on all these re-releases.
Yeah.
Now that it's yours again, like
Yes.
typically, do you have plans to keep expanding it and going further?
Oh yeah, definitely. I actually have plans for a Christmas mystery with,
Ooh.
Jessica and company, and it's going to be called Dusty's Christmas Surprise.
Oh. And the person in me is like, what's the surprise? But
Well, it's under the Christmas
I
tree.
know, like, dang it, I can't ask that question. That's a spoiler. Oh my goodness. That's
And
too
it
fun.
it leads to what Dusty leads Jessica to find under the Christmas tree also leads to all kinds of interesting ramifications for one of the writers on two of the writers on the radio program where she works, and for her husband, and for two friends who also work there. And Dusty's not too surprised. She's pretty cool.
Cats are like
But yeah, yeah, yeah.
they're like we
So
meant to do that the whole time.
yeah, exactly. So that one I'm going to wait till November to work on because I want to write it around Christmas time to
Yeah,
kind of,
feel the vibe.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
hard to write when it's, 90 degrees and humidity and you're
yeah,
like laying in front of the fan because you just sweat everything off.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like I tried to write outside yesterday. I was like, well, this is a dumb idea. It's like all I'm thinking about is how hot I am. Like I'm
I
not
know, I
thinking
know.
about baseball. Like, oh, so today we're gonna do it inside. The game's at
Well,
2, so I have time. I can,
oh, good. Okay, yes.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. And it's tough because once you get on a roll, you
yeah,
hate to stop.
yep.
And
And then you always have to stop when you're somewhere else,
yeah,
not at
yeah.
your house. Yeah, like I can only spend so many hours at Dunkin' Donuts before
Yeah.
they get a little nervous that I haven't eaten my coffee roll and gotten the
They
hell out
think
of
you
there.
they think you're casing the joint.
A little bit. Like, what are you doing here in your Irish dress and your headband with this? I just noticed I have like my gray hair streak. I was like, oh,
Oh,
look,
oh
I'm
yeah,
like
just
Casey London. Who knew?
a little Lily Munster thing
I
there.
know. I didn't know that. I didn't know they showed up in my headband. So I've had a lot of hair issues on the podcast recently. When I have my
Oh,
part, it looks like it's bald where my grays are.
oh,
They're all clustered like right here.
yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I'll be smart and put a headband on. Nope. Nope. Now but I kind of
Yeah,
like it,
yeah.
but I am staring at it a lot. So that's awkward. Um,
Well,
yeah,
I didn't notice till you said
I
something
know
there.
nobody ever does like when people say that. And I'm like, draw attention. I'm like, look at this.
Now I see one little stray.
Yeah, just a little skunk piece, like Pepe Le Pew. Okay, hard pivot.
Okay.
So you're going to do a Christmas. Is it going to be full length or is it going to be a novella?
Oh, it's going to be full length.
Nice. Oh, that'll be good.
Well, the funny thing is, I think it's just getting the rights back,
Mm,
um, and not stressing out about what was going on with the publisher.
yeah.
All of a sudden, it's like a dam burst. So
Oh,
that I have an idea for that. I have an idea for a short one where Jessica and her friend Rose have to go to this wealthy guy's house, which I'm basing on the Hoogland Tower on Talcott Mountain in Connecticut.
oh, okay.
Oh, it's really cool. It's up in the mountain. It's a tower and it's all these rooms in it. And
Oh,
this guy lived there at one time with his family, but it's beautiful. So there's that one. And then I rewrote Surprise, which was a book I actually
yeah,
wrote in 1982. And then I was going to try to get it published eventually, but I just had so much going
yeah.
on. And when I was waiting to try to get things straightened out with my rights and everything, I said I can't just sit on my hands. So I pulled it out and I started reading it. And I said, the first half, I went, oh, this is good.
You're like, who
Then,
wrote this? Oh my God,
yeah.
this is
Well,
great.
the second half, I said, oh, I see why it never got
Yeah,
published. So I reworked it and I said, hey, I can just
you do
self-publish
it.
this.
Yeah.
And I did it, and I've gotten good responses from people who've read it. And then I kind of liked two of the main characters so much, I said, I got to keep this going. So I'm writing another sequel even as we
That's
speak.
awesome. And that
Yeah,
just goes to show like that it's
yeah,
not a linear
yeah,
journey for people. I
yeah,
mean, you obviously had a career. You wrote
yeah.
this in 82, and I hate to be the girl that says this, but as somebody who was born in 1982, we know
Oh,
how
gee.
old that is. Um, so, I mean, you had a life in between that.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
probably made, when you went back to revisit it, kind of reinformed the writing, and you could,
yeah.
now you're like, oh, here we go. And then look at
Well,
you getting another sequel out of it. And you could do it on your own time.
yes, that's even better. I'm retired. I
Yeah.
can, I just do it all. Yeah. And oh, I was going to say something, and now I forgot what it was. Oh, I know. The funny thing was when I was reading it, I said, looking at the main character, I said, I had a lot of trouble. I'd gone out with a lot of stupid guys back then. because I could see where she's
Yeah.
really got kind of prickly and got the barriers up. And I said, boy, I haven't felt like this in, you know, 40 years. So,
I mean, that to me, that's
yeah,
awesome because I know I had
yeah,
not that I have a book that old in me because that would mean I was writing at 1 years old, which
yeah,
obviously I
yeah.
wasn't.
Well,
But
me
I did write a
too.
book in high school or no,
Yes,
middle school that
yeah,
okay, so this is my internal trauma that I will never get over. Similar to the time when we did basket weaving in high school, and
yes,
Jessie
yeah,
Bailey, name drop, stole my basket from my desk. And when I went to complain to the teacher, she said, "What? Do you think it just walked away?" And I was like, "No, somebody took it." And she's like, "Go sit down." And then when I got back, it was on the desk. So Jessie Bailey, I'm coming to the high school reunion, and if you're there, just kidding. But that is, it's those little stories that stick with you. And one of them was I wrote in middle school, I was writing like a YA novel because I was living at the time,
yeah,
all handwritten in a notebook, loose
yeah, yeah.
leaf papers, put in a manila folder and in my closet. Well, the Navy moved us to Mechanicsburg, and in that move,
Okay.
things went missing. And the
Oh,
story happens to be one of them. So
oh,
I don't know if it just ended up in a landfill or if somebody took it home to their kids to read. It wasn't good. It was a girl. She was in a band with her friends in high school, and then she
yeah,
got picked to be like the singer out, like, plucked out. But she was
yeah,
with a boy, and this is eighth grade me. Like I want to be a singer. Like oh my god. But still, that's the trauma that I live
yeah,
with from
yeah,
middle school of writing, which now that's all different because we have computers and we have
yeah.
cloud and we have backups and Scrivener and all that. Like I don't have to depend on my manila folder anymore.
Well, I got to tell you, the first draft is always handwritten for me.
For all your books.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I got tennis elbow because
yeah, I was gonna say
I was writing too much.
I write like one page and I'm like, ow, this
Yeah.
hurts. Like, what are we doing? So, oh, that's interesting. Do you find it? Because then when you go back to transcribe it into a computer, that's where you find some of your errors and you can flesh it out more.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's like a draft. Everything is a draft. So I'm revising it as I do. And especially, I've already finished it. So I know I
Right.
really know what's going to happen, not just an outline. So I can, drop hints and
Oh, I
set things
love
up.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, Julia Spencer Fleming, when I went to Crime Wave a couple of years ago, she gave me the best tip. She didn't give it to me
yeah,
personally, but like in her little talk panel,
yeah.
um, what she does is she writes a few chapters and then goes back and
My cat's here.
finds out what happens in those chapters.
Yeah, yeah,
And I just
yeah.
thought that was great because I'm a pantser, so I just write.
Oh, yeah.
But I
Yeah.
like the idea of writing three chapters, then kind of going back and saying, "Oh,
Yes,
okay, here's where it's going." So I love the idea of you writing it by
yes.
hand with the inspiration,
Yep. Oh,
and
I'm
then
sorry.
using that is the cat running around.
I kicked her.
See, we're
I kicked
guys, we love cats, all right.
She's shedding.
Oh yeah, I
She's
got
really shedding.
Fern is over. I just bought an. Oh, I shouldn't tell people because I spend too
Yeah.
much money on them. But I bought a new cat tower. It's a shark tower,
Oh, that's cool. In
and
honor of Jaws.
yeah, so it's got jaws on top, and
Oh,
Fern
that's
is now
adorable.
exploring it. So this is the first because the captain's been sleeping on it because it was her birthday gift.
How appropriate,
I
Jaws.
know that's what I tried. My dad's wife was like, "Is the captain a boy?" And I was like, "No, the captain's a girl. The captain was a boy until her last vet appointment before I
Oh,
got him." And they were like, "Surprise, she's a girl." And I said, "That's fine. She's going to be named Captain. I don't care." Because that was her foster name. And I was like,
why can't women be
"Hey,
captains?
thank you." That's what I said. I said, "Misogynistic much, guys?"
Yeah, yeah.
She's
Captain
Captain
Janeway.
Louise, Mary Lou Parker when
Yeah, yeah,
she gets in trouble.
yeah,
She got a full
yeah.
name.
We
um,
can we can be captains.
yeah. So obviously with the small again hard pivot guys this is how I
That's
run.
okay.
If you come to any of the panels I'm on I hard pivot a lot when I'm not just going on vibes but Sharon's great. We've done events together, we've done even just hang out together, like it's just
Yeah,
fun. Her and
yeah,
Janet Ray Stevens, who's another friend of the program whom I love.
yeah.
But where was I going with that? Shoot, I got my
I
hard
don't know.
pivot screwed up.
Okay.
the books, and it was going to be do an event. Oh, so even when you were with this, see, I feel like going from a small press to self-published
Yep.
sometimes is a little smoother because you were doing all the marketing anyway.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
it's not like you have a publicist who was doing everything.
No, no. Well,
So,
I did an interview with Carol Goodman Kaufman.
yep.
She's a nice one too. And she was asking me, "Oh, do you have a publicist?" And I didn't laugh, but I said, "No, I could
No,
never afford that. I don't make that amount of money. Yeah, I don't sell that many books.
no, right, me for same. I'm like, I'll learn how to do it
Listen,
myself.
IRS, I make no money here.
Amen. It's I do
You
know
owe
what to do to
me."
the IRS when I'm like, FYI, it's a tax write-off. IRS, if you're listening. Like I'm going to my high school reunion in September, but I'm also going
Yes.
to do a book event at the same time. So I
Oh,
was like,
cool.
oh,
Yeah.
tax write-off. And I
Yeah.
know, and there's no IRS agents anymore, right? Didn't they get cut by
Yeah.
diligence?
They fight.
So
Yeah.
if you're going to audit somebody, don't audit me. I have no money, guys. Like,
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
don't do it. I can give you books in return.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Waste of time. Yeah.
Exactly. And I think you're a member of Sisters in Crime, as am I.
Mm,
I think that resource is
mm,
is what helped with
mhm,
learning the marketing, learning how
mhm.
to sell yourself, how to do
Yep.
panels, how to do talks and
Yep.
stuff. Because I don't think I would have made it anywhere without that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I've met so many people who've
Mhm.
given me good advice and, who've worked with me. And, again, it's through Sisters in Crime. And I've gotten good ideas for people I want to read
Yeah,
through Sisters in Crime. So,
100%.
so many good
Speaking
people.
of, that leads
Yeah.
to what are your book recommendations?
Okay, well, let me see. Um, actually, I just finished this book. It's right here. This one, it just happened to be here. I really liked it. It's by, I can't read her name,
Marianne Paul.
Marianne Paul. It's called A Celebration of Murder,
Mm.
and it's set in 1919. And the main character is one of the suffragettes, but she just got kicked out because she's too outspoken.
Mm.
And her father, there's a scandal about her father, so she ends up going to the Berkshires to track down someone people who've stolen some stuff that implicates her father. And as a horse racing fan, I enjoyed that there was a special guest appearance by Man of War.
Oh, the horse. Yes.
Yeah,
I know
yes,
that name from Kentucky Derby's. That
yeah.
book sounds right up my alley. We're going to
You
start
would like,
that one.
it's nicely written,
Yeah.
nicely well put together. Let me see, what else I don't have a copy down here, but anything by a woman named Manning Long from the 1940s. She has this main character, Liz Parrott, who it really is one of those smart talking gals. If it were a film, she'd be played by Ann Sheridan.
Oh,
Uh,
good.
she has a Siamese cat named I Am.
I am. Sam,
Yeah,
I am.
yeah, it's from I'm not much of an Americanist. It's from a poem by, and I'm
Oh.
trying to remember if it was Cummings or someone. So she was a school teacher from Arkansas, but she became a model. And in the first book, you find out she's had some tragedy,
Mm.
and she thinks she's going to marry up, but she ends up also getting involved with a detective for the DA's office. And it's just like great dialogue, very snappy. It's like watching a 1940s movie.
Oh, I love that when you can
Yeah,
picture everything
yeah,
going on. I just finished
yes.
S.A. Cosby's book, The King of
Oh,
Ashes.
oh,
He's
what is
such,
that?
he's, it's not historical. It is, he's like, if you reading his books, it's terrifying, but also you can picture everything that's going on. I think
Oh,
a couple of his books have been reoptioned. We're hoping to get him next year for the Crime Bake, just
oh, cool.
FYI. But he's just one of those writers, like you said, where you can picture everything.
Yeah, I
It's
like that.
like, oh my
Yeah,
God, even while you're reading, you're seeing the movie play in your head and you're like, oh my God,
yeah.
that's,
Oh, I like that.
and it's
Well,
also
that's what I try
terrifying.
to do when I write.
Right. And that's what we
Yeah,
wanted. We all want people to feel immersed
yeah,
in the world and the
yeah.
language and the stuff, even if they don't know anything about it.
Yeah, right. Well, that's why you got to do your research.
Well, I don't have to do a lot because the Red Sox keep losing. So I just I just put all my angst into my book there.
I understand.
What I was going to say about that. Another author, I don't know if you know, another historical author, Kelly Oliver.
No,
She writes the Fiona Fig mysteries,
that
but
name sounds familiar.
yeah, she's around. I've met her at Malice a few times. Her new series though, it's an amateur detective
Mhm.
who is the secretary to the secretary of the detection club. So Dorothy Sayers is in it, Agatha Christie's in
Oh,
it.
cool.
Right now her second one just came out in that series, and it's Death on the Orient Express, something like that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yeah, so that's kind of Agatha's like, I'm having problems writing, and then they take this trip, and we all know what happens then, that Agatha Christie writes a book, but there is a murder, of course. And this woman she wanted to be a detective, and then she kind of kept along with that. So that's another historical. I feel like I could talk historicals all the time because I love
I do too.
historical mystery.
I do too.
And I'm so proud of you for writing it.
Oh, oh, well, thank you. My life
Because
is.
I am not a historical writer, and I don't think I could, because I'd put too much of me in it and it would turn into, like spilling the tea, and that's not something I said back then. So I love historical writers, and I feel like I fangirl a lot about them when I see them at events.
Oh,
So next event, I'm gonna fangirl again. Was the surprise the new one, that was that historical?
1939.
Okay, good.
October 1939.
Surprise.
And it's funny because when I wrote it, my mother was still alive, and I was asking her because I grew up in Lowell. She was from Lowell, and it's set in Tingsboro,
Okay.
Mass, which is right next to Lowell. Um, so I was asking her about, she would be going from Lowell to Boston, but about the train station and the whole way to get from the Lowell train station to Tingsboro. And it was, I was rereading it and I was saying, wow, this is really precise. I don't remember any of this,
Right. You had
but
first-hand
I
knowledge.
did. It was great.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And this one, it actually only takes place over one night.
Oh,
One night in a dark and stormy night in an isolated house where a mystery writer has accepted the challenge to spend the night without cracking up.
oh my God.
And
Well,
all kinds of people end up showing up anyway.
and that one's on the dreaded Amazon.
Yes,
Okay.
it's on Amazon. It's on Ingram.
Okay.
So and also it's in local bookstores.
Okay.
The Worcester area.
Yep.
But if
Like,
I get a chance to move it out to other places, I will.
okay.
And anytime you see me at
I
a
know.
read,
That's what next time I see you, I'm gonna probably be like,
oh, put
hey girl, hey.
it's
Um,
it's very short, actually.
it's all right. Hey,
Yeah.
good things in small packages, right?
Yes, that's what I hope. Yeah.
Where can people find you in the next few weeks? Do you have events or
Yes. Next, let me see, the 27th. Yeah, next Sunday, I'm going to be at, I think it's called Stories, Sand and Sun in Webster, Mass.
Webster? Okay.
And I'll be there selling my books. It's a author and vendor sale. And two of my other friends, Jean Grant and Janet Ray Stevens, who's also a member of Sisters in Crime, they are going to be amongst the people selling books there too.
I don't know how
So,
far Webster is from my house, but if I got nothing happening, I might be
oh,
swinging out.
that'd be great.
'Cause I
Well,
love all of those people. You,
it's
Janet. I don't know Jean, but I might know Jean.
you
Uh,
might have met her. Well, she's not a sister in crime, but she's a
okay.
very good writer.
Okay.
She writes historical. Oh yeah, historical medieval Scotland.
Oh,
Um, she does write some, more modern women's fiction.
yeah.
What else does she write? Yeah,
I feel like I might be friends with her on Facebook, probably through you guys.
You
Yeah,
might.
I'm gonna check it out.
She's a good writer, and she is the person who really helped me get through self-publishing. She
Okay.
created a document that she gave to me, and it
Oh, that's
made my
awesome.
life so much easier.
Good to
And she said
know.
I can share it. So
Good to know. You should.
yeah.
You should. This is not. This is for public. You should tell Sisters in Crime, and we could do a little. As vice president, if you want to solicit to do a self-publishing event, I would listen. I'm just saying.
Well, I'll think about.
Yeah,
I'm
I
a little
know.
You know,
You're busy right now. That's okay.
well, and also people will ask me questions and I'll have to say, I don't
Just
know.
ask Jean. Ask Jean. Leave me
I don't
alone.
want to tell anybody.
I always say go ask Dale if you have questions about self-publishing, Dale Phillips. So we all have our people. Um, and I'll put your website, in the
Oh,
synopsis so people can come find you after
okay.
sand and fun and
Yeah,
sun reads, whatever it is.
whatever it is. It's
But
on my web. If you go
yeah,
to appearances events on my web page, it's
and we'll
right there.
definitely put that there. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Well, thank you. I enjoyed being here.
I miss seeing you in person. I'll see you in
I
person
know.
soon. I
I
hope,
wish I wish they would put us on a panel or something
right?
together.
We'd have
Yeah.
fun. We'd have
Yeah.
fun.
Remember the one that you and I
Where it
and
was just us
yeah,
and nobody showed up. Yes, I do. Love it.
we still get our $50,
I was
you
just
know.
gonna say, still got paid. I'm cool with that. As long as I get paid, I'm happy.
Yeah.
We have such fun. I love Sharon. And to close it out, we did a Sisters in Crime event at the Cumberland Library, and it was a summer day, and nobody was there. It was actually fun because the person who spoke before us was a Nancy Drew historian, and so we got a lot of the Nancy Drew lore. Just our Sisters in Crime panel didn't really get anybody, but we still stayed and we talked to the librarian, we talked to the Nancy Drew lady, and it was all good. So we will come and talk anywhere, even if it's only to one person. Just know that for anybody who's looking for a Sisters in Crime event, we will talk. You could have us for a birthday party, and we will come and talk about mysteries and writing and inspiration and publication. So just reach out if you have any questions about that. Leslie Wheeler is our Speakers Bureau liaison, and she's great. And hopefully we get to do a panel again because Sharon and I have fun too. Uh, on that note, go check out her new re-releases. I have the Seance book. It's in my pile right here, and I wish I would have grabbed it before we started talking, but I will put a picture of it up so you can make sure you get it. And then what I'm reading right now, I'm reading a lot. But this weekend, so when I went to Malice, I probably talked about the books that I picked up. But this one, Threads of Deception by Elle Joffre. I don't know if she's French, so I pronounced her last name French. It's really good. It's about a woman who wakes up from an explosion speaking French, or not speaking French, but with a French accent. And everybody thinking she's some French lady. She goes back home to Southern California, and everybody's like, you're not from here. We don't think you're smart, and you're not a lawyer, and da 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 da. So she has to fight through some um, how to put it, immigrant hatred or feeling less than while investigating her friend's murder, who was on a like Project Runway type clothing show. So I'm almost done with that. Plan is to finish it today because it's been a really quick, fun read. And Elle is a great person. I met her at Malice and she was super fun. And she's like for real French. So she was really cool. And I got to learn a little bit about her life. So I definitely recommend that if you're looking for a mystery, kind of a fun, quick, not quick, it's a fun, snappy mystery. Let's put it that way. Another thing I'm reading is an Ambits Run novel, Gravity Lost by L.M. Sagas. I read the first one, and it's very much heist in space type book. And I love heists in space when I'm not reading historical mysteries. So that's one that's currently in the pile to go next, along with Annalee Huber's latest Lady Derby mystery. That's also on my thing. Ugh. And I have on the background, I have the Tour de France on, and it just ended this session, and it popped up to Lance Armstrong's new show that they talk, him, Bradley Wiggins, and George Hincapie talk about it, and Lance looks like every middle-aged white guy, kind of annoying. I don't love him. So, gross. Good thing it's on mute. I don't have to listen to his voice. But, ugh. So those are the two I'm reading right now. I'm reading a couple on Kindle. As I mentioned in the podcast, Kelly Oliver, I'm reading her Dames of Detection new series, the second one. I also have the Flora Floridu finishing that one. It's a one set in Egypt against the backdrop of, the whole mummy race and stealing of antiquities and all that kind of good stuff. In regards to writing events coming up, guys, so here we are towards the end of July. Nope, not June, July. I have a lot of interviews scheduled for the next couple of weeks with Elise Hart-Kipnis, who I've had on before, the Kate Green Mysteries, amazing. Her third one's coming out. Michael Carini, who is an Abington resident, who wrote a book, Tyler Madison and the Secret of Washington's Treasure. So I'll be talking to him next week as well. That might get a little towny time for you guys if you're interested in Abington. And then after that, August, kind of a slow month, which is good. If you have any events that you'd like me to do, just, hit me up. September, the beginning of September, as I said, I'm going to Mechanicsburg at the beginning, and September 6th for my high school reunion. But prior to the reunion, on September 6th, from 1 to 3 p.m., Misty Simon, author, and I will be at Cupboard Maker Books doing a signing from 1 to 3. And if you don't know Cupboard Maker Books in Enola, it's cats and it's books. Perfect. So if you can't make it to the reunion, but you still want to see me, come there. If you're not part of my Cumberland Valley High School class of 2000, then you can still just come see me. I mean, I love seeing people. And Misty is amazing and awesome. And I got to get her on the podcast, and I keep forgetting to email her the link, but I'm going to do that this weekend, and hopefully we'll talk about that. She's organizing the whole thing with her friends, and it's going to be bananas. We're a good time together. At the end of September, I'll be up in Portland for the Maine Crime Wave. So similar, I have a whole host of things going on my birthday, the 26th, at the Crime Wave. But if you're up in Maine and you want to, get a coffee, hit me up. September 22nd, I believe I'm at the Bridgewater Library. I keep forgetting that date. So once that starts getting posted, I'll send you guys the updates for that. And yeah, that's about it. Just working on book 4, waiting to get started in the process of publishing book 3, and waiting to see what happens with my reissues from Level Best. Oh, I didn't mention, but Elle's book is also a Level Best book. So she is one of my publishing buddies now. So I always try to support them as much as possible. And that's about it. So I need to get off this so I can go turn Lance Armstrong off my TV. But as always, happy reading, and go Red Sox.